Hello and welcome. In today's episode, this is what we're going to talk about. Here's a little glimpse of paradise, and let's get right into the episode. So this is the little quick tour that I want to show you. Everything is turning out pretty much exactly how I had envisioned on the computer software, so it's all coming together. I changed a couple of things when it comes to the kind of cabinets I'm going to be using, but for the most part, everything is the same. So here's a little spin view of where you would come into the house. That's the door right there. And this is how it's coming together. So this is 720 square feet, 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. That main part is going to be vaulted, and the rest of the house is going to be flat ceilings. So here's the master bedroom with the 2 big windows, 3-foot by 5-foot windows, so egress windows. That's the door right there for the bathroom, the master bathroom, because this house has 2 bathrooms. And I'll show you that in a second. And here we're spinning to the closet. And this is how it could look. I'm not going to do all tongue and groove. This house is going to have drywall, but just to give you an idea how this is all going to come together. This is the flat ceiling part I was talking about. So it's going to have a little attic in there for all the heating and air ducts. Well, not ducts, because this unit is going to have the ductless system, mini split system. So check out the future episode, you can see all of that. But that's where you can store your electrical cables and all the venting for the plumbing and all that good stuff. So basically an attic. And that's how that little bathroom could look like. It's a very small one, but it's functional. It's got a bathtub in it, because the other bathroom is going to have a walk-in shower. And if you watched the previous episode, you know basically what I'm using, because those things are sitting right there in the kitchen area. So that's the small little bedroom with a small little closet that you saw to the right. It's a very small bedroom. And then this is the master bath that we're going to peek inside here in a second. I just want to show you this, how this all comes together. See, this is one of my favorite parts. I love looking at all this. And this is the little bathroom for the master. So you get to have your own bathroom in this little house. And keep in mind, this is 720 square feet. So I try to squeeze basically what I could into this design. So it's still functional, and it's a 2-bedroom and 2-bath design. So I think for 720 square feet, it actually feels pretty nice. So that's the bedroom again. And here we go. We're starting out to put the roof together. So like I said, that part of the house right here is going to be vaulted. So there's your ridge beam. It's a 2x12, and then the rafters will also be 2x12s, because I want to stick R38 insulation in there. So I want to have good insulation. This is usually what I do with my homes. I go a little bit overboard with insulating the house, just so whoever buys the house, they can have a nice efficient house, a quiet house, because this house is also going to have triple pane windows, and just a comfortable house. That's just how I build. And this is, once again, I love seeing stuff like this. So that's the 2x12s that you're seeing right there. And that's the little view. Speaking of views, the house behind me, you'll see a bunch of shots here in this episode. I kept this roof pitch to a 412 to keep it low, because I didn't want to block that lady over there, her view. So I kept the roof here to the minimum pitch that I could, and to still keep my manufacturer's warranty for my shingles, which would be 412, because I'm using architectural shingles, the ones that have like a 30-year warranty. So see that house in the background? I also built it, so that's another reason I didn't want to block it. That's my baby over there. So I didn't want to block her view, because I know if I was in that position, somebody built a house and blocked my view, I wouldn't be too happy about it. And that house across the street from that side, I pushed this house here that I'm building back, so I don't block that lady's view. So I'm trying to be considerate to my neighbors. That's just how I do things. But that's basically what you're seeing here. You have the house coming together. You see the flat part for the flat ceilings. And this is going to, you'll see in a second how this roof, this part of the house is going to get framed, because everything's going to match. The pitch of the roof carries throughout the whole house. And see, kind of here I'm standing on that bank. And this is what they're doing to straighten out the boards, because it was a little bit off. So that's what they do, just leverage basically, and then they nail everything in where it needs to go. You see that, how it straightens out? So you kind of massage everything into place. That's what construction is all about. Lumber, this is what lumber is going to do. It's going to twist on you and it's going to just shrink and expand. That's just what it does. That's what happens when you build with wood. So that's basically normal. So you can do as good of a job framing or doing finish work on the inside of the house, and there's very good chances that the wood will shrink and expand. That's just what happens. And see, that's the back house coming together now. See, somebody's burning something in the background over there. By the way, if you ever burn something, you have to call in a burn permit. Because if you don't call in a burn permit and something crazy happens with the fire, you'll be liable for it. And that can get very, very expensive. So make sure you call in burn permits if you're burning. And see, this is how they're cutting the rafters. So you got all these angles that you gotta figure out. So everything is nice and flush when you butt up to the lumber. It's interesting. I mean, this is all, what is this, algebra and geometry all mixed in together. That's what construction is all about. If you're building a house, you could consider doing trusses, because then everything obviously would be easier because all this stuff would be made for you. So all you gotta do is literally just deliver it on site and just stand up, flip up your trusses and just screw them in with those truss screws. This is what these are going to get screwed in with. And you're basically done. So it speeds up things tremendously, and I mean tremendously. Trusses price, I think it was like $1,500 for trusses for this house. I priced it, but my main guy over there said he can do it cheaper, and he did. So he did it about $400 cheaper than the trusses from Home Depot, because that's where I got the quote for the trusses. So that's how it's coming together. You see that pitch? So it's just a very humble, mild pitch. Somebody in the comment section recommended I do a higher pitch roof, and that will come eventually. I just didn't want to do it on this build because I didn't want to block people's views. I didn't want to be obnoxious with my build. So that's the reason why it's small. And see, you can have an idea how the vault is going to be. You see that? So the front of the house is vaulted and the rest will be flat ceilings. And see, this house will also have a view looking at that mountain across the street over there. That's the other house I built. That little storage unit was built after I built the house. And I actually put rock on the bottom of that foundation and everything. So that turned out great. I love that little house. And here's the other one in the background that I built that I showed you guys on YouTube. The Ford is back. That's where they used to take all the junk to the dump. And that thing is from 1976. So that is way older than I am. And here you go, another shot right here. See, that's the back of the house right here, where you can put maybe like a gazebo or something, or some kind of a fire pit, so you can enjoy kind of being separated from everybody in the back of the house and still enjoy the view. And here is me being a creeper and on my neighbor's property, kind of overlooking the other YouTube house on the left, the other house I built on the right, and mine in the middle right there. You can kind of get an idea how the views look in this property. And see, there's the angles that they were cutting. So it's all coming together. The goal for this house is to get everything done under $100,000. That includes all the land, all the permits fees, and basically everything out the door. So we'll see how much under $100,000 I will go, because it's definitely gonna happen, and we'll find out together, I guess, because I don't even know, but I know it definitely should be under 100 grand. So there you go. That's the back of the house, almost done. And then obviously the gables there will have to get framed up as well. That's gonna come in the next episode. Here's some collar ties to strengthen everything, and that's going to get reinforced even more. So just watch the future episodes and you'll see how we do this. But that's just the collar ties to hold everything in place. And on the other side, on the far side of this, we still need to get some 2x12s because they ran out. They were, I think, too short. So we have to pick up some more to finish that, and I'll show you all of that in the next episode. So that's my baby coming together. So this is pretty much it. Thank you very much guys for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Take care.